Welcome into the Cooling Center studio. I am Gavin Gill for coverage of Bowling Green State University taking on Central Michigan in women's basketball. Before we send it out to Trey Kennedy in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, your play-by-play and color commentator for tonight, let's take a look at the MAC games that are happening tonight, as the top 8 MAC teams have been set in stone for the MAC tournament, but still some pretty big games happening today. UMass is at Akron today at 6 p.m. That tip-off has already happened. A tip-off at 6:30. Ohio is at Eastern Michigan. Kent State is taking on Miami of Ohio at 7:30. Buffalo will be at Northern Illinois at 7. And Toledo will be taking on Western Michigan. Make sure to stay tuned into the entire broadcast where we'll keep up to date on live stats of all of those games. Now, let's send it out to Trey Kennedy in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Trey, how are we feeling out there?
Thanks, Gavin. I'm doing pretty well here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, as Bowling Green looks to take on the Central Michigan Chippewas here today. And Bowling Green is currently on a 3-game winning streak. Most recent win came against the Ohio Bobcats last week in a 60-56 overtime victory, as Bowling Green went to a 16-12 record, 8-8 overall, and improving their road record to 5-8. As Central Michigan had a loss in their previous game to Kent State, losing 63-56. And that loss brought their record down to a 17-11, 11-6 in the conference, and 8-4 is their home record as we approach this game. Now, this was a huge victory against Ohio last week. Lucas Kleinmeyer had the call there. Taya Ellis, her third straight double-double. We'll get into her a little bit later, but 16 points, 16 rebounds. She's been a monster as of late, and today she's going to have to continue that as we go ahead against the Central Michigan Chippewas. Now, the first meeting between these two teams back in early January, Central Michigan came away victorious 68-56, and Chippewa shot 39% from the floor, after Bowling Green on the other side shot 29% from the floor during that last outing. And Central Michigan in that last game against Bowling Green, so dominant from 3, 6-12 from distance, that's 50%. And on the other side, Bowling Green, 1 of 16 from downtown. So that's going to be a huge storyline today, as Central Michigan in the MAC this season, top 2 and top 5-ish in shooting percentages as a whole, as well as their three-point efficiency as well. Now, in that matchup, Bowling Green turned the ball over 20 times, and Central Michigan coughed the ball up 16 times in their previous meeting. And Central Michigan this season turns the ball over the second most in the conference. Only Buffalo turns the ball over more than Central Michigan has this season. So Bowling Green is going to have to find a way to really get after these Central Michigan players on defense and turn their defense into offense for the Falcons. Now, one positive thing for Bowling Green in that last game, they out-rebounded Central Michigan 45-37, and I brought up Taya Ellis earlier, how she was so dominant against Ohio, also against Western Michigan and Toledo during this 3-game stretch. She's going to need to hold her own today, get those rebounds off the glass. I'm looking at Ayanna Sarai Darrington, who is going to be that forward down low. She's averaging 7.3 rebounds a game. Taya Ellis is going to need to dominate down low to give this offense a lot of momentum. Now, I do want to mention we do have our starting 5 available. Kaya Woods, Paige Kohler, Taya Ellis, Jasmine Fern, and Joniah Bland Fitzpatrick rounds out your starting 5 for the Falcons. There is no Janaea Donahue today. And then for the Central Michigan Chippewas, the sophomore guard Maddie Morrison, the freshman guard Lila Turnbull, the senior forward Demetria Pruitt, the senior guard Taylor Anderson, and lastly, the sophomore forward Ayanna Sarai Darrington rounds out the starting 5 for Central Michigan. Now, let's go back to that Taya Ellis discussion. She's had, like I said, 3 straight double-doubles. She has been tearing it up this season as of late, and Bowling Green is going to need her ultimately to play at the highest of all levels for these Falcons to continue to progress as we approach the MAC tournament. All of the top 8 teams in the standings currently have all clinched into the MAC tournament. So that's right now Miami standing alone at 1. All-State, Massachusetts, Central Michigan, Ohio, Bowling Green, Toledo, and Kent State have all clinched to the MAC tournament. So now all these teams are wanting to do right now is to find themselves in the best possible seeding. And today's game between Central Michigan and Bowling Green, high in the marquee matchup here today, with both teams, like I said, in the MAC tournament, and Bowling Green at 6 in the conference, and Central Michigan at 4. So these two teams looking to continue their winning ways. For Bowling Green, they're looking to get that 5 spot right now. Like I said, they're 8-8 in the conference, 16-12 overall. For Central Michigan, they're 17-11 overall, 11-6 in that conference. And Central Michigan right now has Massachusetts, Ball State, and Miami up in front of them. But now let's transition into the Central Michigan team. Maddie Morrison leading this team, quite frankly, leading the conference in points per game, 19.7 points per game. Like I said, that leads the entire MAC. Last season, she was the MAC Freshman of the Year. She was the All-MAC 2025 second team and CMU Freshman points record holder. And then last season, back in December of 2024, she had the single game points runner-up. That was back in December 15th of 2024. So this player, Maddie Morrison, we saw her earlier in the year. She can score, and she can score at a high level. Like I said, we have Ayanna Sarai Darrington averaging 14.8 points, 7.3 rebounds as a forward. Last season, she was the All-MAC freshman team. And against Kent State, she had a double-double against the Golden Flashes. She had 16 points, 12 rebounds, and 1 assist. And also, during her last 4 to 5 game stretch, she is shooting 56.2% from the field. So she has been lethal this couple weeks here, and Bowling Green's going to need to keep a close eye on her going forward. I mentioned Tay Ellis, we keep bringing her name up, but Taylor Anderson, the senior guard, she actually leads this team in Central Michigan in rebounds per game, 9.5 rebounds a night. And so she's a guard that's going to be quick to the basket, quick to the rim, and getting these second chance opportunities, if not getting a defensive rebound, to get their offense in transition. With that, we're going to send it back to Gavin, back in the studio.
On November 15th, 2024, BGSU hockey defeated St. Thomas in a shootout, courtesy of a game winner by defenseman Jack Blake. Falcon Media Sports Network's voice of Falcon hockey, Ben Korak, had the call of the moment on WBGU 88.1 FM.
And Jack Blake, for all the glory, trying to put this one away with the puck, taking it around, far side wheel, working in with the shot, and he fills it! Jack Blake with the shootout winner! First time in the lineup this season, and Jack Blake is the hero as Bowling Green mobs him.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
Did you know Falcon Media Sports Network has video highlights of BGSU athletic events? To see all the moments from your favorite BGSU teams and athletes, head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel or view them on bgfalconmedia.com.
Check out more Falcon athletic coverage online at bgfalconmedia.com.
Welcome back inside McGurk Arena in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. My name is Trey Kennedy, your color commentator and play-by-play commentator here tonight. And we're about 5 minutes and 20 seconds away from the national anthem, and want to just quickly highlight that Nuku Mitchell, the senior forward, Zariah Chevry, the fifth-year forward, as well as Riley Smith, the sophomore forward, are all sidelined tonight. For Naku Mitchell and Zariah Chevry, they both miss significant time. For Mitchell, she hasn't played since January 31st against NIU, missing the entire month of February. And for Chevry, she hasn't played for the Chippewas since January 28th, when the Chippewas lost 76-70 to the Ball State Cardinals. So those 3 players for Chippewa will not be active today. And so that's going to be an interesting sight to see how this Central Michigan team responds. But also for the Falcons, like I said, no Janaea Donahue tonight. So they're going to need their role players like Janiah Bland-Fitzpatrick to step up in their absences. With that, you're listening to Falcons Women's Basketball, and we'll send it back to Gavin.
Looking for a BG Athletics discussion show? Check out The Swoop, where a rotating cast of Falcon Media Sports Network co-hosts talk everything BGSU athletics. New episodes are available every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel.
I'm Gus Peacock from the Bowling Green men's soccer team, and this is my Falcon 4 favorite Halloween costumes. My first one is going to be Bigfoot because I think it's really funny and he looks super big. My next one is going to be one of the founding fathers, Ben Frank. I'm going to do that this year. I think it's really funny. Another one, my favorite costumes would be Art the Clown because he's super scary and I've watched all the Terrifier movies. And the last one would be Buddy the Elf because I love that costume and I love that movie so much.
You are listening to Falcon Media Sports Network coverage live on 88.1 FM and streaming on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back in the Cooling Center, Gavin Gill in studio for tonight's game. Let's do a little bit around the MAC. Current game, the only game that is happening right now is UMass taking on Akron. That current score is 16-7 in the Minute Women's favor. Now, before we send it out to Trey in about 7 minutes or so, let's do around Falcon Media Sports Network because we are on spring break right now, but it never really stops around here. We push out content for basically every single Bowling Green athletics, as well as other content on our social media. So make sure to head over to Falcon Media Sports Network on X/Twitter or BG Falcon Media on Instagram, Facebook, as well as X/Twitter. But for the upcoming days, we have hockey happening on Friday, March 6th at 7:07 puck drop with Ben Korak on the call. Bowling Green is in the first round of the CCHA playoffs, taking on Michigan Tech. 7:07 puck drop. Make sure to tune into WBGU 88.1 FM for coverage of that game with Ben Korak on the call. Sam Bork, Dan Ryanauer, and Nathan Burkett will have a pregame and intermission pregame shows. So make sure to stay tuned in for that. On also Friday, March 6th at 3 p.m. Over on Falcon Radio, head over to bgfalconmedia.com or wherever you can find your streaming radios. Baseball will be taking on Kent State, 3 p.m. with that game starting with Tyler Kavlitz on the call and Sam Bork doing a pregame show. As well, softball will be happening on March 6th as well. Make sure to head over to bgfalconmedia.com for a recap of that event or in that game. Men's basketball will be heading to Eastern Michigan on March 6th as well. Tip-off will be at 6:30. Head over to Falcon Radio for coverage of that game from Foster Rosti, and Dan Ryanauer will be in studio for your pregame shows. Women's basketball is back in Bowling Green on March 7th at tip-off at 2 p.m. Lucas Kleinmeyer and Andrew Helkowski will have the calls of the game with Holden Ruck and Dan Ryanauer in studio for your pregame shows. Tip-off at 2 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM. Baseball will be doing their second game of the series with Kent State. March 7th, 3 p.m. with Noah Seeley and Adam Duffin on the call for that, with Sam Bork as your pregame show. That game starts at 3 p.m. March 7th on Falcon Radio. Hockey has their second game of the series, March 6th at 6:07 puck drop with Ben Korak on the call. Me, Gavin Gill, Dan Ryanauer, and Nathan Burkett will have your pregame and intermission shows. Make sure to tune in about 30 minutes before every single game that we have from Falcon Media Sports Network to hear our pregame shows. Puck drop 6:07 on WBGU 88.1 FM. March 8th, Sunday, that will be the third game. Baseball will be taking on Kent State with Tyler Kavlitz. Noah Seeley will be your play-by-play and color commentator with Dan Ryanauer in studio for your pregame show. 1 p.m. that game starts. Make sure to tune in about 20 minutes before the game and catch the pregame show. Gymnastics, March 8th. Make sure to head over to bgfalconmedia.com for the recap of that event by Carter Leonard. And then Sunday, if there is a game that is needed for the Bowling Green State University against Michigan Tech in hockey for the CCHA playoffs, that will be at 5:07 on WBGU 88.1 FM. That is only if the two previous games ended, if it's a split occasion. So Ben Korak will have that call. Gavin Gill, myself, Gavin Gill, Dan Ryanauer, and Vaughn Ullum will have your pregame and intermission reports. Now, again, that will only happen if Bowling Green and Michigan Tech end up splitting the series Friday and Saturday. So 5:07 puck drop. Make sure to head over to bgfalconmedia.com for any recaps, photos, videos, and other fun stories from Bowling Green athletics, as well as updates on Falcon Media Sports Network on X/Twitter and BG Falcon Media on Instagram and Facebook. This has been your in-studio update as we are minutes away from tip-off and sending it back out to Trey Kennedy in Mount Pleasant, Michigan for coverage of Bowling Green State University taking on Central Michigan. You're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM.
Get my message.
On October 26, 2024, BGSU cornerback Jordan Oladokin snagged 2 interceptions, including a pick 6 in BG's 41-26 win over rival Toledo. Falcon Media Sports Network's Reese Patricus was on the call on Falcon Radio.
Minute 13 left to go. Ball picked off. Jordan Oladokin. He's got Green in front of him. Jordan Oladokin. 10-5. Touchdown Bowling Green. Ball game. 41-26, Bowling Green wins this year's edition of the Battle of I-75 up here in the Glass Bowl.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
Check out bgfalconmedia.com for previews, recaps, photos, videos, and more of the Falcons.
Welcome back inside McGurk Arena in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, as Bowling Green and Central Michigan are minutes away from tip-off as the Central Michigan Chippewas have their starting lineups announced currently. Like I said, let's go reiterate these starting fives. With your Bowling Green Falcons, Kyle Woods, Paige Kohler, Taya Ellis, Jasmine Fern, Janiah Blaine Fitzpatrick round out your starting five for the Falcons. For the Chippewas, it's Maddie Morrison, Lila Turnbull, Demetria Pruitt, Taylor Anderson, and Ayana Sarai Darrington is your starting five for Central Michigan. Remember, no Janiah Donahue today for your Falcons. Not sure the injury on her, but would assume she's fine, and that head coach Fred Tramiel just wants to get her 100% healthy as we are now a week or so away from making a trip to Cleveland, Ohio and Rocket Arena for the Women's MAC tournament. Your keys for the Falcons. I think Paige Kohler is going to need to be extremely dominant today. One of the leaders of this franchise, of this institution in women's basketball. She's the leading scorer for this team, averaging 14.8 points a game. She's got to be just as good today as she's been all season. And I talked about Taya Ellis earlier. Taya Ellis needs to dominate the glass for the Falcons to get those second chance opportunities and to grab those defensive rebounds to get the Falcons in transition. And then lastly, Bowling Green needs to capitalize and force a lot of panics and turnovers against this Chippewa team. Again, they're turning the ball over the second most in the conference. And so Bowling Green's going to need to take absolute advantage of that. It's going to be challenging without Janaea Donahue in the lineup because she leads that charge. She is the one that is the person leading the attack and getting those steals, top 5 in the nation in that category. So the Falcons are going to need to capitalize off of that. And then they got to keep an eye on Maddie Morrison once again, averaging the most points in the entire MAC conference. And if she gets going offensively, watch out because she can kill you at any moment, and she has all of that tools to her arsenal. With that, we are set for tip-off as Taya Ellis and Darrington tip off. And it's Darrington that wins the battle, and Central Michigan is the first team to start out on offense. They drive. It's rebounded by Lila Turnbull after the misfire. Back to the top of the key is Maddie Morrison. She drives left side, kicks it out to the right corner. It's a three-pointer for Taylor Anderson. And the Chippewas start out in front first. It's Kaya Woods taking the ball across the forecourt. She's left wing, gives it up top to Fern. Kohler. Now it's Blaine Fitzpatrick. She kicks it out left side. It's Kyle Woods driving baseline, and she kisses it off the glass for 2. Both these teams 1-1 from the floor to start the game of action. On the other side is Turnbull. Bounces, passes it to Darrington. Her shot no good and rebounded by Taya Ellis. And Taya Ellis will give way to Janiah Blaine Fitzpatrick, left wing. And she then hands it off and passes it to Kaya Woods, top of the key. Kohler swings it back to Fern, left wing. Back to Kohler. And they're going to go around the horn. Back to Kaya Woods, top 9 on the shot clock. Woods drives inside, kicks it back out to Kohler. Kohler with 4 seconds. Her layup, no good. And taken away by Central Michigan. On the left wing, it's Turnbull. And she then sets the offense. It's now Turnbull near the midcourt with Kaya Woods closely on her. Approaching 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now it's Anderson in the elbow, kicks it back out to Turnbull. Turnbull's three-pointer shot, no good. Rebounded by Ellis. And now it's Kaya Woods hustling, driving, right side, layup, in and out. Rebounded by Janiah Blaine Fitzpatrick. Her shot no good. This time rebounded by Taya Ellis. And Taya Ellis' put back is good. (4-3) is your score. Falcons winning. Turnbull setting the offense at midcourt. Bounce passes it to the right side to Anderson, and Anderson floats it to Darrington. And she drew the contact, and she will be going to the free throw line. That foul was on Taya Ellis, her first personal. Bowling Green leading 4-3 here in the early going. There's 7:37 left in the first period. Darrington is a 66.7% free throw shooter this season. Her first is nothing but net. The Falcons done a good job so far keeping Chippewas in check on the glass. And Darrington's second is good again. So 5-4 is your lead for the Chippewas. Bowling Green, 4 rebounds to Chippewas 3. It's Jasmine Fern, left elbow. Hands it off to Blaine Fitzpatrick. Blaine Fitzpatrick goes inside. It was blocked by the Central Michigan defense. Taken in space again by Taya Ellis. She got her own rebound and then drew the contact, and this time she will be going to the free throw line. You're seeing so far the Falcons taking advantage of the glass down low and trying as hard as they can to get those second chance opportunities. Taya Ellis, 82.4% free throw shooter. Her first shot rolls in and out. And so far the Falcons done a good job at not allowing Maddie Morrison to have possession of the basketball, as Ellis's second free throw again rolls in and out and rolls out of bounds then, and it's going to become Central Michigan basketball. 5-4 is CMU's lead with 7:15 left in the first period. And it's Lila Turnbull taking charge. She gives away to Maddie Morrison left side. Back to Turnbull. Turnbull kicks it out to Anderson, right wing. Now it's Darrington, right elbow. Fern closely on her. Darrington's shot is no good. Rebounded by Anderson and stripped immediately away by Ellis. And then right back is Maddie Morrison stealing it right out of her hands. And it's Maddie Morrison inside with the layup with 3 or 4 Falcon defenders right in her face. It's Kohler. Kicks it out to Fern. Blaine Fitzpatrick left side. Now carries the basketball inside, and her shot in the paint is misfired and rebounded by Maddie Morrison. 7-4, Central Michigan on top. Central Michigan's Anderson finds a cutting Central Michigan player. Back up to Darrington. Her shot no good and taken away by Ellis. Ellis has done a great job at cleaning the glass. 5 early rebounds, 6 in the early going. It's Kohler, left side. A screen set by Ellis. And it's back to Janiah Blaine Fitzpatrick. She drives inside. Ball goes out of bounds, and that'll be a Bowling Green turnover, I believe. It will, in fact, be a Bowling Green turnover, and Central Michigan will take possession on offense. 2 turnovers for the Falcons, 1 for the Chippewas so far in the early going. Central Michigan leading by 3 as we approach 5 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first period. It's Turnbull driving inside, right near the free throw line. Shot no good. It was last touched by Kohler trying to attempt the rebound. It will stay with CMU. So far, the Falcons shooting 25% from the floor, while Central Michigan's 22.2% from the floor. It's Turnbull taking the ball out of bounds, finding Johnson, Taylor Johnson in her first minutes of action, as well as Bushel, who drives inside and taken away, rebounded by Johnson. Her shot no good. She gets her own rebound, trying to fight for the basketball. And her other shot is no good, but she drew the contact. And Taylor Johnson will find a trip to the free throw line. So far today, Central Michigan's 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Taylor Johnson, averaging 1.8 points a game, is a 56.5% free throw shooter. Her first is short. Hits front iron, and she'll have 1 left. Central Michigan still clinging to that 3-point lead. Johnson second. Rattles in. Make it 8-4 now, Central Michigan, with 5:20 left in the first quarter. Kaya Woods running point. Hands it off to Emily Cecil, who finds her first minutes of tonight. It's Paige Kohler finding Lauren Gherkin. Her turnaround shot no good and rebounded by Maddie Morrison. Morrison drives inside. She goes with the left. Her left-handed layup no good, but she also drew contact, and she will be the 3rd Chippewa player to go to the free throw line. But before that, we have a media timeout, and this timeout is sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company. You can find the latest menu at juniperbrew.com. You're listening to Falcons Women's Basketball here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Falcon Media Sports Network will cover and call every game of the MAC men's and women's basketball tournaments from Rocket Arena in Cleveland, Ohio for the 6th straight year from Wednesday, March 11th through Saturday, March 14th. Tune into the games on WBGU 88.1 FM and Falcon Radio with all content on @BG_FMSN on Twitter X and BGFalconMedia.com.
If you ever miss the Zig Zone on Sundays from 4 to 6 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, or just want to re-listen to the program, each show is posted in full on bgfalconmedia.com with timestamps so you can skip ahead to your favorite part.
Hi, I'm Anna Sidek. I'm a freshman setter from BGSU volleyball team, and that's my 4 self-care habits. So the first one is drinking a coffee because it helps me to be just energized like during the day. Second thing would be reading a book. I'm such bookworm and I just love it. Other one would be listening to music because like music keeps me calm and I just love it. And the last thing, but not the least, it would be like stretching with Santi, our athletic trainer, because he keeps my body safe and everything. So I'm really grateful for
For all BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN and head over to BGFalconmedia.com.
You are listening to Falcon basketball coverage live on WBGU 88.1 FM.
8-4 is Central Michigan's lead as we approach the media timeout, with Bowling Green and Central Michigan both struggling on offense. Central Michigan 18% from the floor as Bowling Green's 22% from the field, with only 12 points combined between these two teams, and you can just feel that added pressure with MAC play closing in the regular season, and again approaching the MAC tournament here in a couple weeks. It's been Central Michigan in the early going who has dominated the glass. After Bowling Green seemingly found a lot of success grabbing those boards, it is then Central Michigan now leading in that category 10-7, with Taylor Anderson quickly leading that charge for Central Michigan with 3 rebounds for herself. But for Bowling Green, it's Taya Ellis who has 6 early rebounds. Bowling Green's got to find a way to attack, with Central Michigan having 4 second chance points, with Bowling Green with only 2 so far. With that, it's Maddie Morrison at the charity strike. Her first is good. Morrison early with 3 points. Morrison is an 82.9% free throw shooter on the season. Maddie's second is also good. So 10-4 is Central Michigan's lead. The Falcons got to find some electricity on offense. It's Woods dancing. Morrison guarding her. Woods got to find somebody. She finds Cecil running baseline and taken away by Central Michigan. And going coast to coast, drawing contact. They're going to call a blocking foul. They're going to call a charge on Central Michigan as Kyle Woods took the blow. So forget the basket as the Falcons will take possession on offense. Kyle Woods handling the ball. Gives it to Lauren Gherkin. They're going to call a whistle inside. The foul will be called on CMU. They're going to call that foul on Taylor Johnson. And Bowling Green will take the ball out of bounds. Paige Kohler will do the honors. As Kohler finds Kira Miller, she fires a 3 on the left wing and misfires and taken in space by Anderson. Bowling Green down by 6. It's Johnson. Shot off the left side of the rim, no good. Rebounded by the Falcons. It's Paige Kohler. Gives it off to Lauren Gherkin. Straightaway 3, no good. And rebounded by Central Michigan. Once again, it's Taylor Johnson. Johnson drives. Kicks out to Mosley. Jada Mosley drives inside the paint, kicks it back out to Morrison. Morrison will fire a three. It's good. And Maddie Morrison's first three-point shot falls true. 13-4 is your score, with the Chippewas on top. For the Falcons, it's Miller. Gives it to Gherkin on the left elbow. Gherkin finds Cecil right wing. Cecil thought about a three, hands it back off to Gherkin, and Gherkin will respond with a three of her own. 13-7 is your score. As Turnbull on the other side drives baseline, kicks it out to Morrison, right wing. She tried to find an Anderson and missed it, and instead it was Miller with the steal. And on the other end, it's Maddie Morrison taking it right back, going coast to coast. And she'll pull up a shot. No good, rimmed out, and taken away by Cecil. And Cecil will control the basketball, giving it up to Paige Kohler. Paige Kohler still scoreless in today's action. Under 2 minutes and 30 seconds now in the first quarter. Lauren Gherkin on the left side. Try to find Cecil. Cecil almost lost it. Back to Kohler. Left wing. 5 on the shot clock. Kohler got to find a shot. Drives inside, draws contact, and she will be going to the free throw line. Paige Kohler, I mentioned it in the outset, needs to lead this team to victory, especially with Janaea Donahue out with an apparent injury. With the foul called, there is a Central Michigan player down. That's Rylan Bushel, who is being taken by the training staff and heading into the locker room. Unfortunate for Bushel, who's averaging 3.2 points on the season off the bench. For Paige Kohler, her first free throw attempt is good. Getting on the board with that shot. 13-8 is your score with Central Michigan on top. And it's been Maddie Morrison leading the way with 7 points here in the first quarter. Kohler's second free throw is also good. So Bowling Green's deficit is 4. Anderson gives it to Turnbull, who Turnbull runs point.
BGSU softball heads south to Charleston, South Carolina to face the Charleston Southern Buccaneers in a doubleheader on Saturday, March 7th at 2 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network's Jacob Kopaz will have the recap of the game on bgfalconmedia.com, your home for BGSU athletics news and updates.
BGSU women's basketball finishes the regular season at the Stroh Center against Northern Illinois on Saturday, March 7th at 2 p.m.
Apologies for the technical difficulties on that one, as Central Michigan lost the ball out of bounds and Bowling Green will take possession. 13-9 is your score, with Bowling Green turning the ball over and Morrison in open space. She stutter steps, drives, and ball gets kicked out of bounds. They're going to call off of Bowling Green. Central Michigan still leading the way in total rebounds, 13-9. It's Morrison, right wing, to Turnbull. To Anderson, left side. She tried to find Darrington, and Darrington was fouled. Inside. That foul was on Janiah Blaine Fitzpatrick. With that puts Central Michigan to the free throw line. Darrington's first. Does not fall. The short iron. Darrington with 2 points here in the early going. 1 minute, 27 seconds left in the first quarter. Darrington second is good. $14-9 is your score. On the other end, it was a Central Michigan called for the foul. That foul was on Darrington of Central Michigan. Jaden Cook, Emily Cecil, Kira Miller, Lauren Gherkin, and Janiah Bland-Fitzpatrick are your 5 on the floor right now. With that foul by Central Michigan brought Bowling Green to the bonus. So Jaden Cook will shoot free throws. Cook, her first, is good. Nothing but net. Jaden Cook this season, 84% free throw shooter. Does she have another one? She does. Cuts the deficit to 3. Bowling Green down by 3, 14-11. Central Michigan on top. On the other end, it's an open ball. It was Anderson taking the pass from Turnbull, and Turnbull just lost it. Anderson lost it. And they're going to give possession to Bowling Green. They're going to call a foul on Taylor Anderson. That would be Anderson's first. Janiah Bland-Fitzpatrick will do the honors on the outbounds. Both teams still struggling shooting the basketball. Central Michigan 20%, Bowling Green 25%. Approaching under a minute to play in the first quarter. It's Cecil, top of the key. Gives it to Emily. It was Kira Miller on the right wing, try to find Cook, and Cook missed it. On the other side is Turnbull. Turnbull finds Anderson, right wing. Under 45 seconds left in the quarter. Another whistle and foul. And this time it will stay on Central Michigan. Another foul committed by Central Michigan. Trying to sort things here on the court. Emily Cecil and Kira Miller inbounding it to each other. It's Miller running point. Under 40 seconds to go in the quarter. Gherkin, top of the key. Anderson tightly on Gherkin. Cecil kicks it out to Miller. Miller inside Rose baseline. She kicks it out to Cecil, and Cecil lost it. So the possession will go back to Central Michigan. Under 30 seconds to go. Shot clock turned off. Bowling Green's deficit is 3. 14-11 is your score with Central Michigan on top. 6 turnovers for each squad here in the early going. And it's Morrison giving way to Turnbull. Turnbull crossing the forecourt. Gives way to Morrison near the midcourt. Under 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Morrison setting the play. A screen set by Johnson. Morrison driving. On the left side, double teamed by the Falcons, and she has to give up a shot, and it's no good. And that will be how the first quarter of action comes to a close as Central Michigan's on top 14-11 to your Bowling Green Falcons. You're listening to Falcons Women's Basketball here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
If you ever miss the Zig Zone on Sundays from 4 to 6 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM or just want to re-listen to the program, each show is posted in full on bgfalconmedia.com with timestamps so you can skip ahead to your favorite part.
Hi, I'm Taylor Dyson from BGSU Men's Soccer, and these are my Falcon 4 teammates that I would like to have in the Hunger Games. The first one would be Brennan Graves, because he's pretty much built like a bear. He's a big guy. The second I would like Josh Erlinson, just because he knows all that wilderness stuff. He's good in the woods. The third one I'd have Trace Terra, just because he's a tall guy, and he can reach a lot of stuff that I can't. And the fourth guy would be Mads Christiansen, because if we ever got in trouble, he would be the first person we sacrifice. Thank you.
You are listening to Falcon Media Sports Network coverage on WBGU 88.1 FM in Bowling Green, Ohio.
Looking for a BGSU Athletics talk radio show? Tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m., where a panel of Falcon Media Sports Network members discuss the hottest BG sports topics. Only on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Ever heard of Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcasts on Falcon Radio or WBGU 88.1 FM but don't know where to listen? Well, set down the radio, pick up your phone, and go to bgfalconmedia.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to stream Falcon Radio and WBGU 88.1 FM for all broadcasts.
Join the Zig Zone Sundays from 4 to 6 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM.
It's been all defense here in McGurk Arena, with both teams still struggling on offense. 20% for Central Michigan from the floor. For Bowling Green, is 23%. With Maddie Morrison leading the way with 7 points and 2 rebounds and 1 assist. And for Central Michigan, they're also dominating the glass. 14 rebounds to Bowling Green's 9. And Bowling Green, 5 points off the bench compared to Central Michigan's 1. On the other end, Bowling Green going left to right on your radio dial. It's Paige Kohler near Central Michigan's bench. Gherkin, top of the three-point arc, hands it inside to Cook. Cook shot, rolls in. Pretty shot there for Cook to get her points and her first field goal of the night. And on the other end, it's picked off by Kira Miller. Miller's shot is good, and she drew the contact, and she will be going to the free throw line to complete a 3-point chance play. What a shot, what a play overall by Kira Miller, picking the ball off, going inside, drawing the contact, making the basket. An all-around play by the freshman. Miller's free throw goes in. So she does, in fact, complete the 3-point play. (16-14) is your score. Mosley, nylon from the left corner. And just like that, Central Michigan's right back on top by 1. 17-16 is the score. On the other end, Lauren Gherkin will fire. No good. Loose ball. It was Cook trying to run after it. Loses the ball out of bounds. Another turnover. Make it their 6th of the game. On the other end, it's Turnbull who fires a 3. And back-to-back threes for CMU. 20-16 is the score. On the other end, Gherkin, top of the 3-point arc. Hands it back off to Kohler. Kohler, left wing. She drives inside the... Kicks it back out to Gherkin. Gherkin will fire. And Gherkin will also connect on another 3. We're handing off threes here to begin the second quarter of action. 20-19 is the score. Turnbull near the midcourt. Finds Mosley near Bowling Green's bench. Drives baseline. Feeds it to Pruitt. Pruitt shot, no good. Rebounded by Darrington. And Darrington was fouled, grabbing the rebound. Under 8 minutes to go in the quarter. There's a loose ball foul, and CMU will take the ball out of bounds. Jada Mosley will do the honors. Mosley finds Morrison. Morrison's mid-range shot is nothing but net. As Bowling Green's deficit is now 3. 22-19. Cook, top of the right elbow. Looks for another option. Gives it back to Kohler. Kohler with under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Try to find it to Cook, and Cook lost it. Another rebound here. Another turnover for the Falcons. Morrison feeds it inside to Darrington. Darrington spinning. Not to be. 2 Bowling Green defenders right in her face as Kohler drives right side. Kohler is going to be called for the offensive foul. Extended her left arm. And the Chippewas will take possession offensively. 8 turnovers for the Falcons, 7 for CMU. With 7 minutes and 5 seconds left in the first half. Turnbull controlling the ball near Bowling Green's bench. Miller tightly guarding her. Feeds it inside to Darrington. Darrington loses the ball, but last touch by the Falcons. The ball will stay with Central Michigan. Both teams finally reaching over 30% in field goal percentage. Central Michigan shooting the ball 30% from the floor today. A much improved 60% this quarter. For the Falcons, they're shooting 35.3% from the floor, 75% from the field in this second period. It's Fern, Kohler, Ellis, Janiah Lane Fitzpatrick, and Kira Miller on the floor for your BG Falcons. With the rebound, or out of bounds, a foul was called by the Falcons. The foul was on Janiah Bland Fitzpatrick, allowing Maddie Morrison to have another trip to the free throw line. Morrison's first shot attempt rattles in. Morrison now reaching 10 points, a game high. Maddie Morrison's second is good as well. 24-19 is your score with CMU, the home team, on top. Kohler with 2 points finds Fern, the right elbow. Back to Kohler. Kohler launches a three, in and out, and rebounded by Morrison. Morrison finds Turnbull, left wing. Turnbull driving inside. Hook shot, no good, and rebounded by Layla Harrison. Harrison gives way to Miller. Miller drives right side. Shot, no good. And rebounded by Central Michigan. And Morrison will control the basketball. Back to Turnbull. Turnbull to Pruitt. Pruitt, double team, kicks it back out. It's Morrison. Dancing. A jumper. No good, but rebounded by a Central Michigan player. And yet another whistle is blown. They're going to say that shot by Morrison went out of bounds as a Central Michigan player rebounded the ball. Had a foot out of bounds, and Bowling Green will take over. Bowling Green down by 5. 24-19 is your score. 5 minutes, 45 seconds left in the half. Fern launches a three. Too short. Rebounded by Taya Ellis. Taya Ellis pump fakes, uses the glass, and finds a bucket. Ellis now with 4 points. On the other end, it's Mosley kicking it inside to Darrington. Darrington shot no good. Pruitt this time no good as well. Ball goes out of bounds and will stay with the Chippewa. Turnbull will take the ball out of bounds. Finds Darrington. Darrington working on Ellis. And Ellis will be called for the foul. And Darrington will take another trip to the free throw line. Darrington with 3 points for CMU. Bowling Green down by 3, 24-21, with 5:15 left in this first half. Darrington's first free throw is good. 20-13 is the difference in rebounds between these two squads. Darrington second. Rolls out. Rebounded by Gherkin. Gherkin finds Kohler as Kohler crosses the court. Handing it off to Miller. Miller drives inside. Floater game. No good. Another rebound here for Central Michigan. Mosley on the right side finds Darrington. Shot no good. Another whistle. And Central Michigan will take the ball out of bounds, but not until we reach another media timeout. This timeout is sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company. You can find the latest menu at juniperbrewing.com. You're listening to Falcons women's basketball here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU Baseball continues their first MAC series of the season on Saturday, March 7th at 3 p.m. against the Kent State Golden Flashes. Falcon Media Sports Network's Noah Seeley and Adam Duffin will have the call for the game starting at 2:45 on Falcon Radio. Always streaming live on bgfalconmedia.com, your home for BGSU athletics, news, and updates.
My name is Jamal Johnson, number 6, running back and a senior, and here are my Falcon 4 favorite candies. First, we have Skittles, Sour Patch Kids, Reese's Pieces, and Hershey Kisses. And these are my favorite because when you're at Halloween and you dump out that bag, these are the best Halloween candies to pull out. So those are my favorites.
On November 1st, 2024, BGSU men's soccer defeated nationally ranked Western Michigan for the first time in a decade. Falcon Media Sports Network's Lucas Kleinmeyer was on the call on the WBGU PBS YouTube channel.
History has been made here at Cochran Stadium for the first time in 37 regular season matches for the Western Michigan Broncos, and for the first time in a decade, the Bowling Green Falcons take down the Western Michigan Broncos by a final score of 3-0 here at Cochran Stadium. Wow!
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
Now back to more Falcon basketball action live on WBGU 88.1 FM.
25-21 is your score with Central Michigan still on top, leading the Falcons with 4:53 left here in the first half of play. It's been all Maddie Morrison here today, and she's been dominant. 3 of 6 from the floor, 4 of 4 from the charity strike. Also 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds. And Central Michigan continues to dominate the glass. 22 rebounds compared to Bowling Green's 14. And Bowling Green still yet to find momentum here with their leading scorer, Lauren Gherkin, off of 2 back-to-back three-point shots for herself. Now for the Falcons, you want to end this first half of play with some more momentum. Bowling Green looking to continue this 3-game winning streak, hoping for a 4th. But meanwhile, it's Turnbull inbounding to Mosley. Mosley launches a 3 on the left wing and knocks it down. 28-21. Central Michigan's on top. Lauren Gherkin, the right elbow. Looking for a spark here on offense. Spinning, shooting, and completely misfires. Trying to dissect the call here out of bounds. They're going to say it was tipped off by a Central Michigan defender, and Kai Woods will inbound the basketball. It finds Layla Harrison as Layla Harrison's left-handed layup rattles in as Bowling Green needed a much-needed basket. On the other end, it's Morrison, left wing, drives left side. Dancing, driving, finding a wide open Pruitt. What a play offensively there by Morrison, making it work offensively. On the other end is Kohler, launching a deep 3 from a different zip code. And Paige Kohler responds quickly. Anderson, controlling the ball, finds another basket, finding Pruitt inside, and exchanging buckets here in the last couple possessions. 32-26 is your score. Under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. With that, Pruitt also draw contact, and her free throw attempt is good, so she completed a 3-point play, extending their lead to 33-26. Bowling Green's got to find a spark offensively, but also stop what's been an electrifying Central Michigan offense. Lauren Gherkin's shot attempt is no good. Loose ball taken away by Anderson. Anderson's pushing, spinning, drawing, and blocked by Lauren Gherkin. Loose ball on the floor. They're going to say a jump ball. The possession arrow favoring CMU. What a block there by Lauren Gherkin. Again, the Falcons just need to continue to find stops to cut this lead, hoping for more momentum entering the third quarter. Turnbull finding Morrison inside the paint. Morrison fighting for a basket. No good, and rebounded by Fern. Taken away then by Woods. Woods driving right side. Her layup is good. Approaching 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. It's Mosley driving. And that shot is denied by the Falcons. I believe that was Lauren Gherkin with another block. Indeed it was. Waiting for the live stats to pop up. Mosley, left wing, fires inside to Darrington. Kicks out to Morrison, and Morrison loses it. And a loose ball had Kira Miller hitting the deck. Scrappiness by both teams here in the first half of play. Bowling Green down by 5, 33-28. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left in the second quarter. Bowling Green looking for some more action offensively. It's Miller feeding it to Gherkin. Gherkin to Kohler, left wing. Kohler, floater. It's good. Another basket here from Kohler. Kohler's been heating it up here recently. On the other end, it's Morrison. Near the scorer's table. Feeds it inside to Darrington. Darrington double team. Has a shot up. No good, but she got fouled. And she will find another trip to the free throw line. Darrington with 6 early free throw attempts, going for her 7th and 8th here today. Darrington's first is good. Despite Central Michigan's lead, they're still not shooting the ball as effective as what they have all season. Darrington's second also is good. They're now 28% shooting from the floor compared to Bowling Green's 39.3%. Central Michigan has feasted on the free throws that they've been granted by Bowling Green's fouls. On the other end, it's Miller, top of the key, finds Kohler, who feeds it inside of Gherkin, top of left elbow. Gherkin uses the left hand, no good, and taken away by Pruitt. Pruitt driving, kicking it out to Mosley on the right wing. And another basket and three-point shot is good for Central Michigan. The lead is 8 for CMU, 38-30. Under a minute 40 left in the second quarter. And they're going to call an offensive foul on Bowling Green as they were on offense. They're going to call that on Layla Harrison. And not what you want for the Falcons, trying to cut this lead even more so as we approach a minute 30 left in the half. It's Turnbull dancing on Woods. Bounces it to Morrison, right wing. Heaves it back to Turnbull, left wing. Turnbull to Darrington. And Cecil almost managed to take the ball away, but then she lost it out of bounds. It will stay with the Chippewas. Mosley taking the ball out of bounds, finding Morrison. Back to Mosley. She'll fire another three. No good, rebounded by Morrison. Morrison's shot attempt is good. The lead's back to 10. Bowling Green even finding another bucket. Woods controlling the ball, directing the traffic. Kicks it out to Gherkin, left wing. Cecil now. Back to Kohler, left wing. 10 on the shot clock. Kohler driving baseline. Finds Woods driving in the paint. Shot attempt is stolen away by Mosley and feeds it to Pruitt. Pruitt then loses the ball out of bounds, stripped away by Kira Miller. Nice transition play defensively there by Kira Miller. 35.5 seconds remain on the game clock. As Jaden Cook checks in for Lauren Gherkin, it's Turnbull taking the ball out of bounds. Finding Pruitt. Pruitt dancing. Loses the basketball, and that will be another Central Michigan turnover. 40-30 is your score. Bowling Green hoping to get a bucket here, concluding this first half of action. Woods, running point. Finds Miller, right wing. Back to Woods, right corner. Now it's Cook. Cook hands it back to Woods. Cecil throwing the ball around the horn. It's Miller near Central Michigan's bench, driving baseline. Her shot, no good. Was knocked away by a Central Michigan player, staying with Bowling Green. 2.3 seconds is on the shot clock, 4 seconds on the game clock. The ball is taken out by Cook. Cook shot, no good. And that is how the first half of action will end, with Central Michigan on top by 10, 40-30. You're listening to Falcons Women's Basketball here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU women's basketball heads to Mount Pleasant on Wednesday, March 4th to play the Central Michigan Chippewas at 6:30 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network's Trey Kennedy will have the call on WBGU 88.1 FM, your home for BGSU women's basketball.
Hi, my name is Belle Abbey from BGSU Volleyball, and these are my Falcon 4 favorite movies. Number 1 is Shrek, because it's iconic. Love Actually, great rom-com. Step Brothers, also iconic. And Princess Bride.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
Hi, I'm Peyton O'Malley with women's soccer here at BG, and my Falcon 4 pregame rituals is going to Trop, praying, singing songs in the locker room, and our mental prep on the field.
This is a Falcon Media Sports Network studio update.
In the Coolin Center, Gavin Gill for your in-studio update. Just wanted to give you an update for what's happening around the MAC as all teams are live in action. UMass taking on Akron, that current score. The Minute Women are up 46-44. Ohio is 27, and Michigan or Eastern Michigan is at 25. That game is at halftime, where the UMass game is in the third with a minute 53 left in the third. Toledo taking on Western Michigan. Toledo is up 20-6 on Western Michigan with 8:41 left in the second. Kent State taking on Miami of Ohio, 16-14 in Miami of Ohio's favor. And then the final game for your MAC women's basketball games that are happening today, Buffalo is up 13-11 on NIU. That is your current games happening right now. As Trey Kennedy mentioned earlier, all 8 teams are locked in set for heading out to Cleveland. Your top 8 schools being Miami of Ohio, Ball State, Massachusetts, East Central Michigan, Ohio University, Bowling Green, Toledo, and Kent State. Those teams will head out to Central Michigan to compete in the MAC tournament in just a matter of weeks. But as we are in halftime, just waiting as we await the ending of halftime and sending it back out to Trey Kennedy, you're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM.
Bowling Green Baseball heads to Kent, Ohio to take on the Kent State Golden Flashes on Friday, March 6th at 3 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Cavalets will have the call for the game, starting at 2:45 on Falcon Radio and always streaming live on bgfalconmedia.com, your home for all BGSU athletics news and updates.
Hi, I'm Jaden Frigerio on the women's soccer team, and I'm doing my Falcon 4 favorite places in BG. First would have to be Meyer, second would have to be Juniper, third would have to be the beach, and number 4 would be the fires behind the business building. Thanks.
On September 28, 2025, BGSU women's soccer's Lizzie Boltnick scored her first goal in 2 years in a 4-0 win over Central Michigan. She later earned a brace in the win. Falcon Media Sports Network's Henry Costco had the call of her first strike.
It's around Boltnick. Gonna have a lot of space here on this side. She's gonna be on the breakaway. The 2-on-1. Borgman has to get back towards the goal, and she's got to put it forward over the head of Borgman and in. Lizzie Bolnick. Unbelievable. Taking advantage of Borgman being up near the midfield line.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network feature call.
Hi, I'm Edyta Wacławczyk and I'm in BGSU volleyball team, and this is my Falcon 4 foods I can eat for the rest of my life. First one is pasta, every kind of pasta. I just love pasta and I wish I was born in Italy. Second one is crepes because I feel like it's a typical dish in Poland, especially sweet crepes. And then cherries, just because they're juicy and really good. And last one is burritos because I like Mexican food a lot. Thank you.
Falcon Media Sports Network writes and publishes over 1,000 stories per year, including game previews, recaps, sidebars, opinion pieces, feature stories, and more. Head over to bgfalconmedia.com to view all of our content for every sport throughout the year.
Ever heard of Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcast on Falcon Radio or WBGU 88.1 FM but don't know where to listen? Well, set down the radio, pick up your phone, and go to bgfalconmedia.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to stream Falcon Radio and WBGU 88.1 FM for all broadcasts.
After this game wraps up, more coverage continues online at bgfalconmedia.com.
Central Michigan leads Bowling Green at halftime here with approaching 8 minutes to go until we have the third quarter of action. Central Michigan again on top 40-30 with Maddie Morrison leading the way with 13 points off of 4 of 9 shooting, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists to go with her first half of action. For Bowling Green, it's Paige Kohler leading the way in points scored with 7, 2 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, while also making 1 triple. For the Falcons, they've struggled basically the entire first half. They started out pretty well in that first quarter and getting those rebounds off the glass, but it's been all Central Michigan since. 28 points to 18, 28 rebounds to 18 rebounds for the Falcons. And for BG, also turning the ball over 10 times has been a detriment to their team offensively. Central Michigan turning the ball over 8 times. For Bowling Green, their bench has been outstanding. 15 points. Central Michigan has had 10 bench points. And Bowling Green's also found a lot of success scoring inside the paint. 14 points in the paint compared to Central Michigan's 8. And Central Michigan as well also flourishing at the free throw line. 15 total free throw attempts, 12 made. That's 80% for Central Michigan. As for Bowling Green, only 7 attempts from the charity strike, making 5, which is a 71% from the free throw line there. Bowling Green has been led by Taya Ellis, who has 7 rebounds. Other than that, there's several players with 1 rebound. And then with Kira Miller with 2 rebounds. For Bowling Green, they need to find a way to find themselves with other opportunities to score in the paint. Getting those second chance opportunities are going to be necessary and paramount to get this offense back and humming. Bowling Green shooting 35.5% from the floor in that first half. Central Michigan 31.4% in the first half of play. Bowling Green's got to find a way to stay locked in. They're only down by 10, and Bowling Green is going to be needing their players like Paige Kohler and Taya Ellis, who have been the 2 leaders of this team in recent games, to play at the level they need to, especially with Jonea Donahue out tonight with an injury. And they got to find a way to stop Maddie Morrison who's been dangerous offensively, but also with Darrington, who also has been to the free throw line 8 times and has made 6 of their free throw attempts. Bowling Green needs to continue to play well down the stretch here. There's still plenty of game left for Bowling Green to find their way back into victory, but it's going to be needed and necessary for them to take care of the basketball offensively, but to also stop Darrington and Morrison as well offensively. For Morrison, who's come off the bench, 9 points, and she's made 3 3-point shots out of her 4 attempted. She's gotten wide open too many times in that first half of action. They got to figure out how to stop Mosley in those corners. She's very dangerous and lethal. Being a 39.3% 3-point shooter this season, they can't afford to have any other open shots down the stretch. Bowling Green does to get themselves back and a chance to take this lead from Central Michigan. For Bowling Green, again, having locked up a spot in Cleveland as well as Central Michigan, both teams managing and trying to win these last couple games to help themselves overall with the best possible seeding in Cleveland. With that, we'll send it back to Gavin before the second half of action is underway. You're again listening to Falcons women's basketball here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Did you know Falcon Media Sports Network has video highlights of BGSU athletic events? To see all the moments from your favorite BGSU teams and athletes, head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel or view them on bgfalconmedia.com.
Hello, I'm Nate Paps. I play O-line here at BGSU. My 4 favorite hobbies are hunting. I love hunting deer and turkey during the off season and whenever I have time off. My second favorite hobby is video games. Whenever, in season, when I come home, I like to chill and just relax, play some video games with my friends. Third favorite hobby is fishing. Goes along with hunting, but I love being outdoors. I love fishing, hunting. I love all kinds of stuff like that outside. And my most recent favorite hobby is playing pool. We just got a pool table in our garage, and me and my roommates, who are also on the team, love playing pool. Those are my 4 favorite hobbies. Go Falcons.
This is a Falcon Media Sports Network studio update.
Back in the Coolant Center, my name is Gavin Gill. We're going to do around the FMSN upcoming games that are happening here on WBGU 88.1 FM. The big ones are going to be this weekend on at 2 p.m. tip-off. Women's basketball will take on Northern Illinois for the final game of the series. Lucas Kleinmeyer and Andrew Helkowski will have the call of the game, with Holden Ruck and Dan Reinauer having your pre-game shows. The other big one, the CCHA playoffs puck drop, I guess you could say, up in Michigan Tech is taking on Bowling Green up in Michigan Tech's arena. Puck drop will be at 6:07 with Ben Korak on the call, and with a pregame show by Dan Reinauer, Nathan Burkett, and Sam Bork. So make sure to tune in about 30 minutes prior to puck drop to listen to that pregame show. And then the second game of the series that is happening on Saturday, March 6th at 6:07. Michigan Tech and Bowling Green will be taking on the second game of the series to advance in the CCHA playoffs. Ben Korak will have the call. Myself, Gavin Gill, Dan Reinauer, and Nathan Burkett will have your pregame shows as well as intermission reports. So make sure to tune in about 30 minutes prior to puck drop for that pregame show. And if necessary, Sunday, if both Michigan Tech and Bowling Green split, then there will be a Sunday game on WBGU 88.1 FM at 5:07 puck drop, March 6th, Sunday. Ben Korak will have the call. Myself, Gavin Gill, Dan Reinauer, and Vaughn Ullum will have your pregame shows and reports if that game is necessary. This has been your in-studio update on WBGU 88.1 FM. We're just minutes away about a minute and a half away from sending it to Trey Kennedy in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. You're listening to WBGU 88.1 FM.
Are you a fan of
You are listening to Falcon Media Sports Network's women's basketball coverage on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Welcome back inside McGurk Arena in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, as we are ready for third quarter of action. With Central Michigan on top by 10, 40, with Bowling Green 30. Bowling Green hoping for new energy and new life in the second half of play after a so-so shooting performance in that first half, 35.5%. And with that, we're back in action. Kai Woods, right wing, looking for an option, giving it to Kohler. Top of the key, screen set by Fern. Kohler driving left side, pulls up a mid-range shot, and just like that, Paige Kohler and the Falcons strike on offense. On the other end, it's Morrison driving left side. Double teamed by two Falcon defenders and taken away by a Falcon. And on the other end, it's Tay Ellis with the loose ball, putting it up for a rebound and a score. And just like that, Bowling Green begins the third quarter on a 4-0 run. Turnbull directing traffic for Central Michigan. Looking for an option. Finds a cutting Morrison and running baseline. And Morrison responds with a point and basket of her own. 42-34. Central Michigan still on top. On the right wing, it's Jonathan Fitzpatrick. Running the horn around, it's Kohler. Kohler finding Fern top of the key. Thought about a three. Instead passes it to Woods. Woods passes it back to Kohler. Under 5 on the shot clock. Kohler dancing, driving, shot, no good. And taken away by CMU. Turnbull on the other end going coast to coast. Finds a cutting Morrison. Morrison shot in the paint, no good, but a whistle and a foul. 8 minutes and 29 seconds left in the third period. Miller checks in for Janiyah Bland-Fitzpatrick as Morrison will have another trip to the free throw line. 4-4 from the charity strike in that first half. Looking for 5 and 6. Morrison's first is short, hit front rim. Morrison leading the way for both teams with 15 points off of 21 minutes of action. Morrison second is nothing but net. As Bowling Green tries to chip away yet again. Woods directing traffic on offense. Kohler, right wing three, no good. And rebounded by Anderson. Anderson throws it to Morrison. Morrison, top of the key. Finds Darrington. Darrington trying to post up instead, stolen away by Woods. Woods going coast to coast. Bounces it to Kohler, and Kohler with another basket here in this third quarter. Kohler now up to 11 points against Central Michigan. On the other end, it's Darrington who's double teamed again. And another turnover committed by Central Michigan. Fern, right wing, gives it back to Kohler. Kohler, left wing now, finds Miller. Miller hands it to Fern. Fern finds Woods, cuts inside the paint, and loses it out of bounds. Last touched by Central Michigan. They'll stay with Bowling Green. 43-36 is your score. The 7:30 reading on the game clock. Woods inbounding it out to Kohler. Kohler near Bowling Green's bench directing traffic. Head coach Fred Chamil also directing the play. And Kohler loses it. And loose ball with also the shot clock winding down. A shot clock violation committed by the Falcons. Both teams with 11 turnovers now at this point in the game. It's Anderson, right wing. Posted up to Darrington. Ellis matched up on Darrington. Darrington kicks it out to Anderson. Anderson spins, and shot is up, no good, rims out. Got her own rebound, though. Gives it to Pruitt. Pruitt spinning, scoring on Jasmine Fern. Just patience and calmness there by Central Michigan offensively. On the other end, it's Fern. Hijacks a three, and just like that, Jasmine Fern responds. We're going to need more of that for the Falcons to get this lead diminished even more. 45-39 is your score with Central Michigan on top. Central Michigan will take the ball out of bounds. Jasmine Fern with that three had her first points of the game. Turnbull for CMU on the other end. Pump fake. Her shot attempt no good. On the other end is Kohler finding Gherkin. Gherkin, pull up. It's good. Nothing but string music there for Lauren Gherkin. On the other end, it's Pruitt taking the ball across the court, finding Turnbull, top of the key. Back to Pruitt. Now finding Morrison. Morrison double teamed by both Fern and Miller. Pulls up. And just like that, Morrison with another basket. 5:50 reading the remainder of this third quarter. Bowling Green down by 6. Fern launches another three. No good. Rebounded by Turnbull. Turnbull, top of the key. Closing in by the logo. Woods closely guarding her and is called for a reach. That is Kyle Woods' first foul of the game. Both teams shooting extremely well in this quarter. 60% for CMU, 62.5% for BG. Morrison taking a screen from Johnson, pulls up, right wing three. It's good. Maddie Morrison lighting it up now at 21. On the other side is Kohler finding Miller. Right corner shot, no good. Taken now by Bushell. Bushell driving, hesitating, and missing a layup. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson shot no good. Gets her own rebound though. And she drew contact, and she will be going to the free throw line. And with that, we have reached our third media timeout. This timeout is sponsored by Gingerbread Brewing Company, 145 South Main Street in downtown Bowling Green, featuring coffee and craft beer and serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. See the latest menu at gingerbreadbrew.com. Your Falcons are down 50-41. You're listening to Falcons women's basketball here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
This is Grant Balser from BGSU Men's Soccer, and these are my favorite 4 artists. I'm going to start off with number 1, MF. Big fan of his for a long time. Just gets me in my feels a little bit. Number 2, T Grizzly. Great go-to game day artist. Number 3, Young Boy, Never Broke Again. Just like T Grizzly, just gets me ready for game days. And number 4, I'm going to go with Sada Baby, just because that is just, that gets you all over the place. Yeah.
Ever heard of Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcast on Falcon Radio or WBGU 88.1 FM but don't know where to listen? Well, set down the radio, pick up your phone, and go to bgfalconmedia.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to stream Falcon Radio and WBGU 88.1 FM for all broadcasts.
On September 17, 2025, BGSU volleyball swept the Oakland Golden Grizzlies, marking head coach Alex Del Piombo's first home win, leading the Falcons. Falcon Media Sports Network's Ben Korak had the call of the moment at the Stroh Center.
Anders to Otten, Otten to Hobson. Hobson throws it down. A 3-set sweep for Bowling Green and the 2025 home opener and the first home win for head coach Alex Del Piombo.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
At the Stroh or on the road, the Falcon Media Sports Network is covering the Falcons all season.
Welcome back inside McGuirk Arena, in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, as Bowling Green's deficit is 9, down 50-41. And Bowling Green's looking for more momentum from Paige Kohler, who has 11 points on tonight. But she's trying to stop Maddie Morrison, who has 21. And it's been nothing but a strong performance from her. Yet again, another highlight real performance for Maddie Morrison, again leading the MAC in points per game. And Bowling Green's hoping they can find a way to stop them down the stretch. As Bowling Green looking to go 17-12 and 9-8 in the conference. And with that, we're back in action with Central Michigan on offense. Maddie Morrison tried to find Taylor Johnson, but it was taken away by Taya Ellis. Another turnover for Central Michigan, making it their 12th of the night. On the other end, it's Paige Kohler with the ball, feeding it back to Kira Miller, top of the key. Now working right wing. Feeding it back to Kohler. Kohler, mid-range shot, no good, but she was tripped and fouled. And Paige Kohler will make another trip to the free throw line. Make it her third and fourth free throw attempts coming up. Paige Kohler is a 73.2% free throw shooter on the season. Hoping to cut Bowling Green's lead to 7. Paige Kohler's first is good. 50-42 now is your score. Kohler's second rolls out and rebounded by Pruitt. It's Bushel for CMU, running point. Kira Miller guarding her closely. Now it's Morrison, right wing. Feeding it to Johnson. Johnson spinning, giving it to Pruitt. Kicking out to another Central Michigan player. Her three-point shot attempt on the left wing, no good. Mosley's left wide open, and Mosley connects on another three. Her fifth three-point attempt of the ball game, make it her fourth connection of the night. 12 points off the bench for Jada Mosley. Taya Ellis finds Miller, top of the key. Back to Kohler, left wing. Kohler swings it out to Gherkin. Now it's Ellis inside. And Ellis loses it. Loose ball on the floor. They're going to call a jump foul. Possession arrow in favor of the Central Michigan Chippewas. Unfortunate sequence there for the Falcons, leaving Jada Mosley wide open for three yet again, and then losing the possession with another turnover. On the other end, it's Bushel for CMU, finding Mosley top of the key. Then trying to find Johnson. Johnson loses it and taken away by Lauren Gherkin. It's Miller driving. Handing it off to Woods. Woods. Mid-range shot is good. And Woods knocked down her 6th point of the game. Under 3 minutes to go in the ball game. 53-42 58-44 is your score. Central Michigan still on top. Maddie Morrison drives baseline, scoops and scores. Morrison now with 23. On the other end, it's Kohler. Finding Miller, left wing. Miller drives inside. Now to the right wing. Paige Kohler now directing traffic near Central Michigan's logo. Paige Kohler dancing, kicking out to Miller. Miller's right wing three, no good. Loose ball on the floor. Corralled by Kira Miller. Another jump ball in favor of Bowling Green. Central Michigan with 13 turnovers to Bowling Green's 12 so far, nearing the end of the third quarter. Central Michigan shooting 54.5% in this third quarter, the best they've shot all game. For Bowling Green, 54.5%. Kira Miller, running point. Right wing, kicks it out to Gherkin. Gherkin kicks it out to Woods. Going around the horn. Now it's Cook. Cook's left shot hook is good. On the right end, it's Bushel to Turnbull. And they're going to call a reach and foul by the Falcons. 55-46 is your score. Central Michigan still on top. They're going to call a reach and foul on Jaden Cook. That is Cook's second personal foul tonight. And now it's Bushel taking the ball out of bounds, finding Darrington. Darrington feeds it to Turnbull, right wing. And Turnbull heaves it across court to Anderson. Back to Mosley. Turnbull, right corner. Under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ball finds Darrington, and Darrington's shot is no good, but another foul. And another free throw attempt coming up for Darrington. Darrington's seen the most free throws today. This will be her 9th and 10th free throw attempts of the night. Darrington with 6 points. Hasn't had a field goal to go down yet, with all of her points coming from the free throw line. Jasmine Fern checks in for Kaya Woods. And Maddie Morrison subbing in for Jada Mosley. With Darrington's first free throw attempt coming up. Her first, nothing but net. Extending their lead to 10. 10 is Central Michigan's largest lead of the game. Darrington's second is also good. Now their biggest and largest lead, 11. Lauren Gherkin, Kira Miller, Paige Kohler, Jaden Cook, and Jasmine Fern are your 5 on the floor right now. It's Kohler, catch and shoot 3, no good. Rebounded by Fern. Fern surrounded by Central Michigan players. Kicks it back out to Kohler. Kohler gives it to Miller. Miller's left-handed layup, no good. And rebounded by CMU. Turnbull with it. Driving with her right hand. Floater shot, no good. Ball rolls out of bounds. Last touch by the Falcons. Ball will stay with the Chippewas. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Bowling Green still striving for that offensive run. Morrison takes the ball out of bounds. She was pushed and fouled. They're going to call a foul on Janiah Bland-Fitzpatrick. Make that Janiah Bland-Fitzpatrick 4th. She will hit the bench. And with that foul, it also sends Maddie Morrison to the free throw line. Layla Harrison checking in. and immediately being checked out for Paige Kohler. Morrison looking for 24 and 25, currently with 23 points today. Her first rolls in. It is clearly evident that Bowling Green's star sophomore guard, Janaea Donahue, and the impact she has on the floor is missing today. Morrison, her second, is good as well. She's up to 25 points, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. 59-46 is your score. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. It's Kohler finding Miller. Miller kicking out to Gherkin. Gherkin's three-point shot is good. And a much-needed basket for Bowling Green as Kohler, Miller, and Gherkin all contribute on that last possession. On the other end, it's Darrington. Her shot is no good, but drew another foul. Clock reading 27 seconds left in the third quarter. Lauren Gherkin, 11 points and 3 of 6 from downtown. 4 of 10 overall from the floor. Darrington at the free throw line yet again. Her first is good. Darrington with 9 points, all coming from the free throw line. Darrington's second is good as well. Bowling Green can't control the last possession here with no shot clock, under 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Bowling Green down 61-49. Gherkin gives it to Fern. Fern gives it to Miller, top of the key. Now it's Kohler. Kohler feeding it to Cook. And a whistle going to be called on Central Michigan. Foul is going to be called on Darrington. Mark that, Darrington's second personal foul of the game. And Bowling Green will take the ball out of bounds. Bowling Green shooting 41.3% from the floor. Their best shooting quarter is this third quarter, 53.3%. Just have not been able to stop Central Michigan. 3 seconds left. Now 1. Bowling Green still with it. Will not have a ton of time with 1 second left in the quarter. Paige Kohler will take the ball out of bounds. Kohler heaves it into Cook. Cook can't corral it, and that is how the third quarter of action concludes. Central Michigan on top, 61, Bowling Green 49. You're listening to Falcons women's basketball here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Interested in joining Falcon Media Sports Network? If you're looking to get involved, send an email to sports@bgfalconmedia.com.
Hi, I'm Christine Erdman with the BGSU women's soccer team. My Falcon 4 favorite Halloween movies are Halloween Town because I grew up with my sisters watching it, Charlie Brown Halloween because I watched it with my family growing up, Hocus Pocus just because it's enjoyable, and Halloween because it's scary.
BGSU men's basketball heads north to Ypsilanti, Michigan to battle Eastern Michigan on Friday, March 6th. Tune in at 6:30 p.m. for the broadcast from Falcon Media Sports Network's men's basketball beat Foster Rosti on Falcon Radio, along with a recap, sidebar, and photos of the game, all on bgfalconmedia.com, your home for all BGSU athletics news and updates.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
You are listening to Falcon Media Sports Network coverage on WBGU 88.1 FM in Bowling Green, Ohio. Check out more Falcon athletic coverage online at bgfalconmedia.com.
61-49, Central Michigan on top, leading the Falcons as we are minutes and moments away from the fourth quarter of action. Bowling Green shooting very well, 41.3% from the field, but it's those 23 free throw attempts that Central Michigan's been handed that's really put them on top to the deficit that they have. Bowling Green has been led by Lauren Gherkin and Paige Kohler. Kohler with 12 points, Gherkin with 11, and Lauren Gherkin with 3 crucial three-point shots and 3 crucial blocks earlier in this game as well. And Paige Kohler, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, did knock down 1 triple, but 4 of 9 from the field. And like I said just minutes ago, it seems as if they're really missing Janae Adani's presence, both offensively and defensively. Central Michigan is known for their turnovers, have only turned the ball over 13 times, and so has Bowling Green today. With that, we're back in action with 1 more quarter remaining. It's Morrison inside, hesitating, spinning, pulling away. Her shot no good. Rebounded by Lauren Gherkin. Paige Kohler running the offense. Screen set by Ellis. Paige Kohler now feeds it cross court. Left wing 3 from Lauren Gherkin. No good. Rebounded by Turnbull. Turnbull feeds it to Anderson on the left wing. Fern on Anderson. Anderson driving. Her layup shot no good, but another foul. And Anderson will have another trip to the free throw line. Make it correction, Anderson's first trip to the free throw line with her first and second free throw attempts coming up. Anderson with only 3 points, but a team-high 8 rebounds to go along with her night tonight, with 2 steals as well. Anderson's first. Her first free throw attempt is good. Anderson's averaging 5.7 points a game, a team-high 9.5 rebounds a game, and Anderson's second is also good. Central Michigan's lead is now 63-49. Bowling Green desperately needing a bucket to fall. Miller, right wing. Gives it to Kohler, top of the three-point arc. Gives it back to Miller. Miller feeding it inside to Cook. Cook loses it. Another steal from Maddie Morrison. And this time it's Darrington spinning, driving, missing the layup, and rebounded by Lauren Gherkin. Lauren Gherkin feeds it to Kohler. Kohler pushing, driving, scoop, layup, no good, but a foul. And Paige Kohler will go to the free throw line, making it her 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. Paige Kohler, like I said, currently at 12 points, looking for 13 and 14 here today. Her first is good. Paige Kohler, the junior guard for Bowling Green from Olmsted Falls. Her second also is good. Bowling Green down 63-51 with 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in the quarter. On the other end is Darrington with a nice kiss and touch off the glass for another bucket. Make it Darrington's first field goal of the night. On the other end, it's Miller feeding it to Fern. Fern tried to get it to Cook. Went right back to Fern, and Fern with another layup for herself. On the other end, Central Michigan on offense. Turnbull feeding it inside to Darrington. Darrington kicking it back out to Turnbull. Turnbull top of the key. Kicks off to Darrington, taken away by Miller. Miller pushing. Kicks out to Fern, left wing. She throws it ahead to Kohler. Kohler travels it to the right wing. Now Fern. Fern passes it left wing to Miller. Miller driving in the paint. Scoop layup, no good, but she drew contact, and she will be going to the free throw line. Miller with 3 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Make it 1 block to go along with her night as well. With 7:45 left in the quarter, Bowling Green looking for one magical run on offense and hoping to slam the door shut on defense to the CMU Chippewa defense. Miller's first is good. Miller, the freshman guard out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Her second also falls. Central Michigan on offense. It's Pruitt handing it off to Anderson. Anderson to Bushel. Back to Anderson. Anderson dances off the left elbow, feeds it inside to Darrington. Darrington feeds it to Pruitt. And the reverse layup is good. A nice possession offensively there by Central Michigan. And as their lead is 67-55. Kohler, right wing 3, no good. Another empty possession for the Falcons as Maddie Morrison off the right side kicks it out to Anderson. Anderson's 3 is left short off the front iron and taken away by the Falcons. Paige Kohler driving on the right side. Gives it to Miller. Miller driving inside the paint. Her layup attempt, no good. And taken away and rebounded by Central Michigan. Central Michigan pushing, going coast to coast. And Maddie Morrison saves a potential turnover down low in the paint away from Lauren Gherkin. 6:30 left in the fourth quarter. Paige Kohler on Morrison. Morrison directing traffic. Moves over to the right side. Finds Darrington yet again. And a whistle called. And they're going to call an offensive foul this time on Darrington. Darrington leading Central Michigan with the second most points scored this season, 14.8 points. Today she's gotten basically all of her points from the charity strike, 10 points from the charity strike, but also 1 field goal attempt to make it 12 points for her today. It's Miller driving with her left hand, hands it off to Kohler. Kohler gives it to Layla Harrison. Harrison hands it right back to Kohler. Kohler right wing near Bowling Green's bench. Kohler taking it back. Gives it to Harrison. Harrison tried to give it to Ellis, and Ellis lost it. Central Michigan pushing. It's Anderson drawing contact, and she will be going to the free throw line. You've seen a ton of free throw attempts in this fourth quarter. 67-55 is Central Michigan's advantage with 5:50 left in the quarter. As Anderson looks for 2 more free throw attempts tonight. Her first is nothing but net. Anderson, the senior guard out of South Lyon, Michigan. Her second is also good. Bowling Green just cannot catch a break, committing as many fouls as they have today. Central Michigan's been to the free throw line 27 times, making 23, with an 85% free throw percentage today. Miller gives it to Gherkin. Gherkin on the other side finds a cutting Kohler, and Kohler just wasn't ready. Ball was last touched by Central Michigan. It will stay with Bowling Green. The positive thing for Bowling Green, they do have a spot in Cleveland. With that in mind, back on offense, it's Fern, top of the key. 14 on the shot clock. Kohler, left wing. Kohler with a three. Too short, rebounded by Rylan Bushel. Bushel directing traffic here. Under 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in tonight's game. Bushel losing control, but gets it right back. Bushel bounces it to Morrison. Morrison top of the key. 11 on the shot clock. Morrison directing traffic. With 5 on the shot clock now, Morrison dancing, spinning, floats up a shot, no good, and rebounded by Taya Ellis. Kohler on the right side, drives and scores. Paige Kohler now with 14 points. Make it 16 with live stats, just updating. 69-57 is your score. Morrison, left elbow, driving in the paint, spinning it again, using her left and drawing contact. That foul is going to be called on Paige Kohler. And with that, we have reached our fourth and final media timeout. This timeout is sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company. You can find the latest menu at juniperbrew.com. The Falcons hoping to make one last push here in this fourth quarter to hopefully come away with a win. You're listening to Falcons women's basketball here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Unlike other local sources, Falcon Media Sports Network and BG Falcon Media will never charge a paywall to view our content. However, if you are looking to support student media, you can donate at the bottom of our stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
I always had to be so good, no one could ignore me. Carve my path with data and drive. But some people only see who I am on paper. The paper ceiling. The limitations from degree screens to stereotypes that are holding back over 70 million stars. Workers skilled through alternative routes, rather than a bachelor's degree. It's time for skills to speak for themselves. Find resources for breaking through barriers at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
This is a Falcon Media Sports Network studio update.
Your studio update in the Coolin Center. Just want to give you live game, the scores of the live games and games that have finished. Ohio is up on Eastern Michigan 53-40. Toledo is up on Western Michigan 33-30. Kent State is losing to Miami of Ohio 39-28. Buffalo is winning against NIU 36-31. The only game that has concluded so far tonight has been UMass taking on Akron. That final score being 74 for the Minute Women and 64 for the Zips. Now let's send it straight back out to Trey Kennedy in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Trey?
Thanks, Gavin. Bowling Green's looking to make one last push down 12 here with 4:27 left to go in today's game. And for Central Michigan, they're looking to have a season sweep over the Falcons and improve to 18-11 and 12-6 overall in the conference. Bowling Green's been led by Paige Kohler, who has 16 points off of 5 of 12 shooting and 5 of 6 from the free throw line, to go along with 1 rebound and 4 assists. But also, it's been Lauren Gherkin with 11 points off of 3 3-point makes off of 7 attempts. But other than that, for Central Michigan, it's been all Maddie Morrison with 25, 5 rebounds and 4 assists, to go along with 3 steals. But they've also had to stop Darrington, who has 12 points, with most of her shots coming from that free throw line. But Jada Mosley's also made her impact off the bench with 4 3-point makes, with her 12 points on the night. Bowling Green's had no answers offensively for Central Michigan, with a lot of their shot making coming from the free throw line. 27 attempts at this point from a charity strike, and Bowling Green's only been able to get there 13 times. And so Bowling Green is looking for one last stretch to get one last offensive run. They have shot the ball well today, 40% from the floor. And Central Michigan's only been there having a 35.8 field goal percentage here today. Bowling Green with Paige Kohler, Kaya Woods, Lauren Gerken, Jasmine Fern, and Taya Ellis on the floor, as Central Michigan has Rylan Bushel, Jada Mosley, Maddie Morrison, Anderson as well. With that, Maddie Morrison is at the free throw line after getting fouled. Her shot attempt is good. Make that Demetria Pruitt also on the floor for the Chippewas. Morrison's second is good as well. And so Central Michigan's lead is now up to 14. 71-57. Bowling Green hoping for one last run. Lauren Gerken heaves it cross court to Taya Ellis. Taya Ellis looking for an option offensively. Gives it to Kaya Woods. Kaya Woods drawing up the play. Getting a screen from Ellis. And Kaya Woods' shot attempt in the paint is good. Kaya Woods now up to 8 points on the night. On the other end is Jada Mosley controlling the ball. Bouncing it towards Maddie Morrison's way. And Maddie gives it to Anderson. Anderson gives it to Bushel. Back to Maddie Morrison in the right corner. Morrison feeding it back to Mosley, and Mosley back to Bushel. Ball movement at an all-time high of this possession, and Bushel tried to draw the contact, and they're not going to give it to her. Instead, a turnover nonetheless for Central Michigan. 3:34 remaining in tonight's ball game. Paige Kohler running the offense, driving on the left side, uses the glass, but they're going to call an offensive foul on Paige Kohler. Unfortunate sequence there for Paige Kohler, having a nice look at the rim, but instead it's not to be. Turnbull subs in for Rylan Bushel. Central Michigan will be on offense. Anderson looking for some options, giving it to Pruitt. Pruitt sprinting across the floor inside the paint and finds the glass and kisses it off for another score. Kaya Woods controlling the ball, running point. Taking the screen from Gerken. Now swings it to Kohler. Kohler gives it back to Gerken, top of the three-point arc. Gerken lobs it into Ellis. Ellis driving inside. Drew the contact. I believe they're going to call on Pruitt with the foul. Indeed they will. That is Pruitt's third personal foul, and Tay Ellis will have a trip to the free throw line. Ellis is 0 of 2 from the free throw line today so far. Ellis is first. Rattles in. Bowling Green down by 13. 73-60 with 2 minutes and 55 seconds left in the game. Ellis is second. Rims in and out. On the other end, it's Anderson quickly down the floor. Giving it back to Morrison. Morrison swings it out to Mosley. Mosley kicks it out to Turnbull. Her left corner three, no good. Rebounded by Morrison. Morrison's shot attempt is good. Another second chance opportunity for Central Michigan tonight. Now a 15-point deficit. Gerken thought about a three. Gives it back to Kohler. Kohler feeds it inside to Ellis in the paint. Ellis drew contact. Got it to count. And Ellis will go right back to the free throw line. Several substitutions for the Falcons. Paige Kohler and Jasmine Fern hit the bench. Emily Cecil, Lauren Gherkin, Kyle Woods, Kira Miller, and Kendall Moxie will also be checking in once Tay Ellis's free throws are all finished. Tay Ellis's free throw is good, and she completes the three-point play. The deficit is 12, 75-63. Bowling Green hasn't led since 9:29 in the second quarter when they were up 16-14. It's been all CMU tonight. Approaching 2 minutes to go in the game. It's Anderson driving left side. Kicks out to Turnbull. Turnbull, top of the three-point arc. Now with Morrison, right wing. Morrison traveling, gives it back to Anderson. Anderson hesitates. Throws up a shot, no good, and rebounded by Layla Harrison. Layla Harrison, left wing, looking for more options. Feeds it to Miller. Miller drives inside. Kicks out to Woods. Woods, jump shot. No good, and rebounded by Anderson. Make that Anderson's 10th rebound of the night. Turnbull, left wing. Feeds it to Bushell. Bushell driving right side. Goes baseline, reverse layup, no good, and rebounded by Emily Cecil. Approaching 1:20 left in the quarter. It's Cecil. Fires up a long three. No good, and airballed out of bounds. And it looks like Central Michigan will come away victorious in this one. Pruitt, Anderson, Johnson, Morrison, and Bushell are on the floor for Central Michigan. It's Bushell. Left wing, killing clock here. Feeds it back to Anderson, left wing. Under a minute to go in this game. Anderson drives. Shot is good. And just a complete performance offensively for Central Michigan tonight. Spearheaded by Morrison, Darrington, and Mosley. It's been all CMU today, and with that, we have hit a timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here. Central Michigan up 77-63. And a night in which Central Michigan can do no wrong. They've shot the ball 37.3% from the floor, but it's those free throws, 29 total free throw attempts, making 25 of them. It's been backbreaking all night long for Bowling Green. And despite Paige Kohler scoring 16 points, despite Taya Ellis nearing her fourth triple-double of the season, she probably will fall short with 10 points and 8 rebounds to go along with 3 assists. And Lauren Gherkin with 11 points off of 3 3-point attempts and one other 2-point shot as well. Bowling Green, in all likelihood, will fall to 16-13 and 8-9 in the conference. And we'll hope for the best that they don't fall farther down, more past 6, if it can go their way for better positioning as we approach this year's edition of the Women's MAC Tournament in Cleveland, Ohio at Rocket Arena. For Central Michigan, they are going to move to 18-11 most likely overall, and 12-6 overall, improving their home record to 9-4 at home this season. And Maddie Morrison is unquestionably, in my opinion, going to be this year's MAC Player of the Year. She's been great all season. She leads the entire MAC in points per game, like I said, but also total points scored as well this season. The sophomore guard out of Canton, Michigan, has been serious all season long. We saw it in the first meeting between these two teams back in January, where Central Michigan came away victorious 68-56. And she most likely is going to lead Central Michigan to another victory over the Falcons tonight. Once again, up 77-63 over BG. 54 seconds are left in tonight's game. The Falcons are set to schedule another date with NIU coming up, with Lucas Kleinmeyer and Andrew Helkowski set for the broadcast against NIU, as both teams conclude their huddles, and Bowling Green with possession here offensively. Kira Miller throws it to Kaya Woods, as Kaya Woods looks back to Miller. Miller to Layla Harrison. Harrison to Cecil. And now it finds Moxie. Moxie doing some work down low. Post up and scores a basket off of Johnson. Kendall Moxie with her first points of the game. As the Central Michigan faithful have a standing ovation for the starters here today for CMU. 38.4 seconds read the time left in today's game. As Morrison feeds it to Turnbull. 77-65 is the score. Turnbull looking to kill clock and get out here with a victory. Mosley finds it, feeds it back to Morrison, top of the key. As Central Michigan looks to just chew out the clock. It's Bushel driving inside. Wrapped up. It was going to be a jump ball. It was Kira Miller and Emily Cecil surrounding Bushel, and possession arrow in favor of BG. 12 seconds left in today's game. Kaya Woods near Bowling Green's bench feeds it back to Miller. Layla Harrison now and Emily Cecil. They throw it around the horn. And Kira Miller stuck with the basketball. And that is how today's game will conclude, with the Central Michigan Chippewas victorious 77 to your Bowling Green Falcons 65. You're listening to Falcons women's basketball here on WBGU 88.1, and stick around for post-game coverage here with myself.
I'm Ryan O'Hara on the BG hockey team. I got 4 favorite restaurants here. My first one, Frickers, because of the frickin' chicken. My second one, Kermit's, because it's great breakfast food. My third one, The Row. It's great. It stays open late and has great food. And my fourth one is Juniper. It's great to go in the afternoon, and they have a really good name that too.
Falcon Media Sports Network will cover and call every game of the MAC men's and women's basketball tournaments from Rocket Arena in Cleveland, Ohio for the 6th straight year, from Wednesday, March 11th through Saturday, March 14th. Tune into the games on WBGU 88.1 FM and Falcon Radio, with all content on @BG_FMSN on Twitter X and BGFalconMedia.com.
On September 13th, 2025, BGSU football tight end Jacob Harris hauled in his first career touchdown reception in the Falcons' 23-13 homecoming victory over Liberty at Dwight L. Perry Stadium. Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavelitz had the call of the play on Falcon Radio.
Markel Porter in the backfield. Pine's going to keep it, going to launch to the right side. That is caught in a touchdown by Jacob Harris. What a catch by the sophomore tight end in the end zone to put Bowling Green up 9-0 over Liberty.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
Ever heard of Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcast on Falcon Radio or WBGU 88.1 FM but don't know where to listen? Well, set down the radio, pick up your phone, and go to bgfalconmedia.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to stream Falcon Radio and WBGU 88.1 FM for all broadcasts.
I'm Levi Gazaric, a senior tight end, and my Falcon 4 camp essentials are electrolytes, a gallon of water, sunflower seeds, and Nerds gummy clusters. Go Falcons.
Interested in joining Falcon Media Sports Network? If you're looking to get involved, send an email to sports@bgfalconmedia.com.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
If you're a veteran looking to file for your service-connected benefits through the Department of Veterans Affairs, don't go it alone. AMVET's highly trained service officers stand ready to walk you through the process at VA regional offices around the country, helping you to navigate the complex VA system free of charge. With new presumptions for Agent Orange exposure and other conditions, AMVETS can offer you the advice you need to finally receive all of your earned benefits. In 2009 alone, AMVETS helped process more than 65,000 claims and appeals, securing more than $410 million in benefits. To find your nearest AMVET service officer or to learn more, visit amvets.org.
My name is Malcolm Johnson Jr., senior wide receiver, and my Falcon 4 favorite NFL teams are the Ravens, because it's in my hometown, the Texans, because Stephon Diggs, and he's from Maryland, the New York Giants, because, well, I love their colors, and the Commanders, because my favorite NFL player is Sean Taylor. Go Falcons.
The IRS is urging people to beware of ads that promise big money by claiming the Employee Retention Tax Credit. This is a real tax credit that helps businesses that were affected by the pandemic, but scammers are telling people they qualify when they don't. The scammer takes a fee and your personal information. If you're not eligible for the credit, getting conned by this could cost you a lot. The IRS doesn't want that to happen to you. So check the official information at irs.gov/ERC.
Hi, my name is Kay Eigner. I'm number 17 on the women's volleyball team, and my Falcon 4 bucket list places are probably anywhere in British Columbia, Canada, Vail, Colorado in the wintertime, Portofino, and Stockholm, Sweden.
This is a Falcon Media Sports Network studio update.
In the Coolant Center, I am Gavin Gill. Just want to give you guys some scoring updates from around the MAC and women's basketball. Ohio Bobcats defeated Eastern Michigan 62-54. Toledo and Western Michigan, that game is still live. Toledo is up 45-42. Close game there. Miami of Ohio is up on Kent State 56-37. About 9:23 left in that game. And Buffalo is 1 point above NIU in the fourth. The games that have concluded for tonight is UMass and Akron. That score being 74-64 in UMass's favor, and then the Bowling Green against Central Michigan. Central Michigan took the win tonight, 77-65. This has been your in-studio update. I'm Gavin Gill.
Hi, this is Christina Ricci with RAIN. Every 2 minutes, another American is sexually assaulted. If you or someone you know has been sexually assaulted, you are not alone. Help is just a call or click away through the National Sexual Assault Hotline. Please call 1-800-656-HOPE. That's HOPE. or visit rain.org. That's RAINN.org.
Brought to you by Rain and this station.
BGSU senior guard Javante Campbell has once again broke the school's single-season steals record for the second straight season with a total of 91 steals on the year. As for the MAC record book, Campbell is now tied for fourth all-time with Darian Ringo's 2017-18 season. He currently leads in the nation in the same category. Earlier in the season against Lemoyne, he set the program's single-game record with 8 steals. Head coach Todd Simon said of Campbell, "A guy like that comes back for his second year is unheard of almost in college basketball now. He came back and wanted to represent Bowling Green, and we're very thankful for that." This has been 60 Seconds in Falcon Athletics.
Hello, Falcons. I'm Dontrez Brown. I play defensive line here, and my Falcon 4 favorite TV shows is SpongeBob, Regular Show, Adventure Time, and iCarly. I like SpongeBob because, just growing up, just seeing it on TV, it just made me laugh, and it still makes me laugh today. Adventure Time and Regular Show is kind of a mix. They just always have me laughing. And then iCarly, Sam Puckett is super funny, so. Go Falcons.
On October 26, 2024, BGSU cornerback Jordan Oladokin snagged 2 interceptions, including a pick 6 in BG's 41-26 win over rival Toledo. Falcon Media Sports Network's Reese Patricus was on the call on Falcon Radio.
Minute 13 left to go. Ball picked off. Jordan Oladokin. He's got Green in front of him. Jordan Oladokin. 10, 5, touchdown Bowling Green. Ball game. 41-26, Bowling Green wins this year's edition of the Battle of I-75 up here in the Glass Bowl.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
BGSU baseball finishes up the weekend against the Golden Flashes on Sunday, March 8th at 1 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network's baseball beats Tyler Kavelitz and Noah Seeley will have the final call of the weekend on Falcon Radio, always streaming live on bgfalconmedia.com, your home for BGSU athletics, news, and updates.
Hello, my name is Reiko Badurov. I play for the BGSU men's soccer team, and these are my Falcon 4 breakfast items. Number 1, I'd say, is eggs. Just good protein, good way to start off the day. Also really like waffles, just so good. You can put chocolate chips, whipped cream on it, it's amazing. Same thing with French toast, love like the cinnamon taste to it. And then I'd say yogurt too. Yogurt and granola, can't go wrong with that. So those are my 4.
Ever heard of Falcon Media Sports Network's broadcasts on Falcon Radio or WBGU 88.1 FM but don't know where to listen? Well, set down the radio, pick up your phone, and go to bgfalconmedia.com and scroll to the bottom of the page to stream Falcon Radio and WBGU 88.1 FM for all broadcasts.
On November 16, 2024, BGSU Volleyball defeated Ohio in 5 sets, clinching their 7th regular season championship under head coach Daniela Tomic. Falcon Media Sports Network's Chaz McNeil had the call on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Picked up on the attack, Archinska off the block, saved by LaPinta. Over is on the attack is Hovey. The Falcons have done it. Bowling Green will host the MAC Tournament regular season championship returns to the orange and brown.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
You are listening to Falcon Media Sports Network coverage live on 88.1 FM and streaming on bgfalconmedia.com.
77-65 is your final today in Mount Pleasant, Michigan, as Bowling Green was unable to overcome Maddie Morrison and her offensive efficiency with 29 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals tonight. I was informed that there won't be any post-game show today with will supposedly be assistant coach Maggie Lucas. So this will conclude our coverage here in Michigan, and tune in to more for live coverage for other further Falcon Media Sports Network games in the upcoming days to come. So long from Trey Kennedy. You're listening to Falcons Women's Basketball here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
This is Phil Beskid, BGSU Radio Faculty Advisor. You can catch all the Falcon Media Sports Network broadcasts on our 2 stations, WBGU 88.1 FM and Falcon Radio, which can both be found on bgfalconmedia.com. Ziggy.
BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Just got word that we will, in fact, have post-game coverage interviews. I have Bowling Green assistant coach Maggie Lucas alongside me. Maggie, unfortunate loss today, losing 77-65. Was unable to overcome such an offensive performance by Maddie Morrison. But what offensively can we look at from today's game for Bowling Green that we can be proud of?
I thought Paige played really well. I thought she stayed in attack mode. We had 3 people in double figures, which is pretty solid. Some contributions from the bench, which is really good. It wasn't at all about our offense. It was about, taking care of the defensive boards.
Second chance points was an issue for Bowling Green. Only 8 for the Falcons, 21 for Central Michigan. What was so efficient for Central Michigan on that side of the basketball?
They were crashing, and we weren't putting bodies on. That's what they do, and they do it really, really well. And we knew that. We didn't handle that side of it today.
Now, looking ahead to NIU, what's it going to take to get back on track and conclude the regular season on a high note?
Just controlling what we can control, winning toughness plays and hustle plays. And taking care of our defense. That's something that we've, really proven that is one of our strengths. And, so leading with defense and offense will come.
Well, thank you, Maggie. Look forward to talking to you shortly.
Thank you.
Switching headsets here. Paige Kohler, player of the game. Got me, Paige?
Yep.
Paige, unfortunate loss here today. It was against Central Michigan, losing 77-65. But for yourself, another great performance. 16 points, 4 assists. What was working for you offensively?
I think the step back a little bit. I was getting downhill. I think kind of adding that to my game because I think people play me a little bit to get to the rim or shoot the 3. So just adding that a little bit. I think I hit that a couple of times. But, my teammates finding a little bit more of a groove in the second half.
Now, you went against Maddie Morrison.
Mm-hmm.
She's leading the MAC in points scored per game. What makes her so challenging to defend?
She can score at all 3 levels. She changes speed really, really well. She elevates above her defender. She's just great on all levels. She's super athletic as well, so you don't really know what she's going to do. And she's a great player. She's a great player to compete against.
How about your bench? 26 points off the bench compared to CMU's 13. Mm-hmm. How about that?
Yeah, bench production's huge. When we have people we can rely on from off the bench that can come in and make an impact, that's huge for us because it's like, you got to guard everybody out there, and it's like one person who's in the starting 5 goes out, but you know that someone's going to come in and pick it up for us. So, it's great to have depth like that and have numbers all around.
Now, one more game left in the regular season. You have clinched a ticket to Cleveland, so that's able to look forward to. Again, against NIU, what's it going to take to end the regular season on a high note?
It's our final home game of the season at home, and, it's also our senior night. So just getting a win there, it'll be huge for us to go into MAC play on a roll like that. Kind of get our feet under us. I mean, we play best at home, I think, and, like I said, getting our feet under us. We have the fans behind us. It's going to be a great day. But, yeah, just being able to get that win and move forward into the MAC tournament will give us a little bit of momentum.
Well, thanks, Paige. You're player of the game. Good luck on the rest of the way forward.
Thank you.
And with that will finally conclude our coverage here at Mount Pleasant, with Bowling Green losing 77-65 and going to 16-13 overall, with one more game left on tap against Northern Illinois. You're listening to Falcons Women's Basketball here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
This broadcast has been a Falcon Media Sports Network production. For more BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN, BG Falcon Media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and head over to BGFalconMedia.com.